This is the oldest tree in the world. It's a bristlecone pine located somewhere in the White Mountains of California. Incredibly, it's over 4,800 years old. Just how can a tree live for that long? Well, it starts with understanding the physiology of a tree. A mature tree, whatever the species, is going to have areas of dead wood. Now these are areas of the tree which the tree has shut down and closed off for good. Think of the entire mass of the tree as 100%. The living is what we call dynamic mass, and the dead is what we call static mass. So these oaks behind me here, they are very old, and they are a great example of static and dynamic mass. Some are completely dead, like this one behind me here. This one is 100% static mass. As is this one here, look at the size of it, completely dead. But what a great feature in the landscape. But some of these oak trees are still alive, like this one behind me here. It's more like 90% dead that you can see here, and this little bit tufting up here, this is still alive, which is about 10% living. So 90% dead, 10% alive. Because you see, a tree can just have 1% living tissue and it's still considered to be alive. So in, I don't know what, 20, 30 years, when it's just got one little branch still living, this tree will still be alive. Because you see, trees aren't like humans. They're not like me. They're not made of flesh and blood. If you cut me down my complete left-hand side, I'd probably open up, bleed out, and die and then decay. Whereas a tree is able to shut areas off. Trees are able to compartmentalize. So a tree is able to shut off areas which have become compromised, that no longer serve the tree. Sometimes this is due to infection or wounding or storm damage, but very often in older trees such as these oaks or even the bristlecone pine, it's a strategy for getting older. An old tree does this because it's not in its best interest to keep its entire mass alive. A tree is constantly consuming energy, using energy, moving nutrient up and down through the stem, and an older tree might not have that energy to give. So instead of causing itself stress, it just says, you know what, I'm going to shut off the higher parts but continue to function lower down. It's like a coping mechanism, a way that a tree can get older. You may also have the question like, Rob, that tree's nearly 5,000 years old. Shouldn't it be just a little bit bigger? The White Mountains of California are a desolate place. They present incredibly tough growing conditions for any kind of vegetative life. High altitudes, short growing seasons, exposure to the winds, and poor soil conditions. All this means that the bristlecone pines have to grow really slowly. But the good thing for the bristlecone pines is that no other trees can grow here because of these poor conditions. The bristlecone pines are tremendously hardy. Part of the tree's longevity is due to its incredibly dense and resinous wood that is impenetrable to infections from funguses and insects. Even after they die, bristlecone pines form a near permanent feature of weather-twisted wood that just stays in the landscape. So it's a combination of the right tree in the right place. The bristlecone pine really is a specialist at living in the harsh conditions of the White Mountains. I hope you found this video interesting. Leave a like on it and comment down below what video you'd like to see next. But thanks again for watching. Leave curious.